Hey guys, Cookie here. I just wanted to make another video addressing something that I talk to people a lot about, so I feel like it was a good subject to make a video on. So the matter I want to talk about today is kind of how to know and how to choose who would be a good fit for you as far as when you're looking to start a fitness journey or continue on your fitness journey, change it up a little bit, things like that. There's tons, as you all know, opportunities, different variations, different types of people to work with, to train with. There's personal trainers, there's coaches, there's, taking classes, the full gamut. So my kind of advice to anyone looking to work with someone is first and foremost decide kind of what you're looking for assistance with. If you know that you're the type of person that, hey, if I'm not in a group class or I'm not in a group setting, I'm not going to work out. Doing workouts at home by myself, going to the gym by myself, even if I have a plan, I'm not going to do that. So first and foremost, have an honest conversation with yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you need assistance with? And then I would say, look for someone who's been through what you're going through. And I think this is a piece that a lot of people kind of neglect to think about when they're picking someone to work with. I know personally from my experience, I've worked with guys, I've worked with female trainers, both of which were never overweight, never struggled, kind of, had been athletes their whole life. This life path of becoming a trainer was, kind of what they wanted to do since they were young. So there was that little piece of empathy and that little piece of connection that was missing. They didn't know what it felt like to be overweight. They didn't know what it felt like that when someone said, hey, do, 15 burpees, they were like, all right, okay, cool, I'm gonna do it. Whereas when you're first starting, especially when you are at your heaviest and you're feeling really self-conscious and basic movements are really hard for your body, and not just your body physically, but mentally too. It's really hard to work with someone that doesn't understand that piece, doesn't get that, hey, me doing one push-up is really hard for me. Me pushing myself to come out here and get after it, getting in the car, coming up with a plan, going and trying to find activewear that fits and makes me feel comfortable, that is, that's a struggle. And it's hard to work with someone that doesn't get that. So my piece of advice on that would be, look at someone's story, look at someone's journey. If you're wanting to lose a significant amount of weight and you want to work with someone that's going to help you do that, I would recommend finding someone that's been there, done that, because not only are they going to be able to give you the best advice because they've done it themselves, but they're also going to have that piece of empathy, which is so important as we go through this journey. It is not a quick fix. It's not an overnight thing. It's not just, hey, do some sit-ups, do some pull-ups, do some push-ups. All right, you're good. Eat lettuce, eat clean, it's a huge overhaul of your whole life. And I know for me especially, it was a lot more emotional and mental, above and beyond the physical piece. So the fact that I know that when I work with my clients, I personally lost 50 pounds and I did it myself. I worked with trainers. It wasn't working for me. I did, I think, what a lot of people do. I went and worked with the trainer, and then kind of when I was on my own time, slacked off, didn't do what they told me to do. I never really had a clue about my eating. And so, I kind of was just going off of what I thought was a good idea. And so until I found the plan that I do now and the program that I do now, I was kind of out there on my own, just trying to figure it out. So I think it's really important to be mindful of when you're picking a coach or a trainer to work with, that it's not just looking at them and going, okay, they're fit, I want to look like that, but to also look at their story and their journey and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to connect with this person, we're going to fit together, they're going to understand me, they're going to understand my struggles, they're going to have advice and tips and ideas to really help me move through and meet my goals. I know for me, what's really awesome is a lot of my girls that are on my program, this is the exact program that I've used to see my success. So I'm not just giving them empty advice. So we'll do this, do that, oh yeah, that workout sounded hard. Okay, yeah, I've done it. I'm in it. I'm doing the program still with my girls. So when we do have, that workout that's just really hard and really, really, draining, and you're like, man, that was a workout, I'm doing it with you. I'm not just sitting here, eating, McDonald's and, going, not doing a workout. I'm in it with you guys. And I think that piece of it is so important because it's the program I've used to see my success, and I've kind of run into the roadblocks myself, hit the bumps in the road that I feel like are very common with the program. The questions, hey, I'm not quite sure, if I can eat this, if I can't, how much should I eat? All those little things that really, as you're going through it, you're trying to figure out. I've been there, done that. So it's amazing to have that person that you can connect with that's offering you advice from a first person perspective. I'm not just reading about it in some book. I'm not just hearing about it from someone else. I've lived it. I've lost 50 pounds. I've successfully kept it off. I have a whole new life that is health and wellness focused. So it's really, I think, important that if that's your goal, to meet and connect with someone that's been there, done that, because they can share their experience and they can help you through yours much better than someone who just happens to really love fitness and be really all about it, but they've never been where you are. They don't remember, and they don't know the struggle. I remember working with trainers, especially guys, which I'm like, why was I working out with a guy trainer? I don't know. But that would ask me to do things that I was like, I really don't think safety wise, I should be doing this. And sometimes it's just the simple fact of, hey, maybe they thought I was, stronger than I was. I don't know. But I've worked out with trainers before where I got injured, I got hurt, I didn't feel good, and nothing makes you more discouraged when you have someone looking at you saying you should be able to do this and you really physically cannot. So I've been there, done that. It's really, it kind of puts you back, sets you back because you feel like you're failing, and that's a horrible feeling. So that's my little advice about finding a trainer that kind of has been through what you've been through, is at your goals. Another big piece is, I know for me personally, I am pretty muscular. I'm about 5'2", 125 pounds, and I have pretty jacked shoulders, pretty jacked arms. I just am pretty muscular. I think a big misconception for a lot of people is when they see you as a coach and what you physically look like, that your goal is to make everyone look like carbon copies of you. And I know personally for me, that's not my goal at all. When I'm working with someone, I want them to be the best version of themselves. No one's going to be me. I'm not going to be someone else. No one's going to, it's not going to happen. And that's not my goal. If you feel, happier, thicker, you want to be curvy, you want to be thin, whatever your goals are, that's what you and your trainer should be working towards. It shouldn't be my agenda. If my ideal is to be super muscular and, have a six pack and look that way, and that's not your goals, then it really shouldn't matter what I want. It should matter what you want. I want people to feel, and notice I'm saying feel, not look. I want you to feel how you want to feel. If that means, hey, I'm a little bit thicker, or hey, I'm going to be really thin, or I want muscle, or I don't want muscle, whatever you want and how you want to feel is how I want you to feel. If you want to be thicker because that's just how you feel comfortable, you want to be voluptuous, you want to have curves, that's awesome, as long as you're feeling the way you want to feel, as long as you're healthy. Are you on any kind of medication because of your weight? Are you able to accomplish and do the things that you want to do daily, weekly, monthly? Are you able to say yes and not say no because physically you can't accomplish a task? I don't care what you look like. I care about how you feel. And I think as a trainer and a coach and as a client, worrying more about how you feel than how you look will help you to reach your goals so much quicker. When I stopped idolizing celebrities and people that, I want it to look like them, I want to look like this, I want to look like that, when I started going, you know what, I want to have muscle tone, I want to, I want to lose some of the body fat that I have because it's inhibiting me from doing things I want to do. It's bothering me. It's hurting my confidence. It's hurting my self-esteem. I can't wear the clothes I want to wear. I feel uncomfortable in a bathing suit. I get winded walking up the stairs. Those are all pieces when I started focusing on, I want to feel better. I want to feel confident in my body. I want to feel strong. I want to be able to not say no because I'm worried I can't physically keep up. Then that's when I really, really saw a huge shift, because I wasn't trying to be someone I wasn't. I was just focusing on being the best version of myself. And I think that's another piece when you're working with a trainer. Make sure that they're really focusing on your goals and what you want for yourself and not their own ideals. I've worked with, like I said, male and female trainers that, they want, or they think, oh, I really want you to have bigger shoulders. I really want you to do this. We need to work on your abs. We need to do this. We need to do that. I think just because of their kind of agenda. And, it wasn't helpful to me. It didn't work for me. I really, it made me kind of more self-conscious. I was like, we got to work on my shoulders, but I didn't ever really look at my shoulders as a problem. Now it's a problem, So I really think it's important to do your research when you're going to work with somebody. Find someone who's been through what you want to accomplish yourself, because they're going to offer you a world of advice, firsthand perspective, and most importantly, that empathy, that on the days that you're really feeling bad, the days that your train's got a little derailed and it's kind of, you're riding the struggle bus, it's not really clicking, you're not wanting to move forward, they're going to be the ones to say, hey, look, I've been there, I know how it feels, here's what we can do to make it better, as opposed to, hey, suck it up, let's go. It's not, some people like that. I know for me that's not helpful, but I really think it's important to find someone that's been there, done that. Find someone you can connect with so they can offer you that empathy, and then figure out what it is and how you want to feel, not necessarily how you want to look. I think if you go by how you want to feel, stronger, faster, confident, connected to your body, it's a lot easier to find manageable goals, and you're not just dealing with the physicality, you're dealing a lot more with the mental and emotional piece that comes along with this amazing lifestyle change. So that's just a little piece. Like I said, I have talked to tons of, ladies, guys, everybody, any type of person that's looking to kind of make a life change, isn't quite sure where to start. And it's really easy, like I said, to just kind of, find someone, jump on their bandwagon because they look really fit. But if you're not connecting with that person and they're not helping you to build a better version of yourself, it's really hard for it all to fall into place and for it all to click and work. So, and that's just a little tip for me. If you're going to start working with someone, make sure that their ideals, their story, their path, what they're kind of, that they're a product of the product, in all honesty, because I have tons of people that I meet that they constantly talk about doing this, doing that, doing this, but they don't do it themselves, or they've never tried it. Or they don't really know, well, my friend said it was good, or yeah, you should use a supplement, I think it works well. If you're not using it yourself and you're not being a product of the product, that's another kind of thing that you should ask your, your coach or your trainer is, hey, have you done this program? Do you use a supplement? Do you drink these shakes? Do you, do this workout? If they're telling you no, I would maybe go with someone that's actually done the program before and actually is, like I said, a product of the product. So that's just my little tips and advice for trying and connecting and finding the right coach and trainer for you. Like I said, everybody's different, so, to each their own. But just be mindful that when you're going to meet up and connect with somebody that, it's not just about, okay, well, they look really fit, so I'm going to go with them. Make sure that there's a connection there, because that's really, I feel like, how I've seen my greatest success and how I've seen my clients that really, have lost 50, 60 pounds, are killing it, are still in it to win it, because we have very similar backgrounds and we were able to connect on a different level. So just my tips and advice on that. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you want to connect with me, visit my website below. All my contact information is on there. You can find me on Facebook at Smart Cookie Fitness. You can find me on Instagram at Coach Cookie Fit. And I would love to answer any more questions you guys have, or connect with you, or answer questions about my programs or working with me. So please reach out, and I will see you guys later. Bye.